I didn't see you there. He's Straw.
He's Parker.
And together we are the
mighty.
Battlehammer.
No. We are mighty. Where? With Battlehammer.
We are the Battlehammer.
Can you flip the thingy?
Flip the thingy. You haven't flipped the thingy in ages.
I know.
She won't let me. Flipping the thingy.
She won't let me, cow. Right, so it's Mumble number 13. We've been doing this a whole year and a month.
A whole year and a month. I mean, not necessarily in that order, but you know.
Well, really? Do you have to be fucking making noises under the pissing table when we're filming? Janie, stop it.
They're doing fight sneezes.
They're doing fighty dog stuff, so ignore them and we're going to carry on.
And entertain you with our thoughts on gaming.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Shenanigans.
Do-do-do-do.
Shenanigans.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
So, what shenanigan gaming type stuff do you want to talk about? I would like to talk about
shut up,
inclusion. I'd like to talk about inclusion.
Oh Christ! Is this labelling again?
No, it's
you know my thoughts on
books.
people labelling. Oh,
for the books. I think yay the books, not boo the books. The kiddie books for kids.
One moment.
GW have released Warhammer Adventures or whatever they're calling it.
You noisy little cunts! Come here, you wanky
and it's like
you fuck off, you blonde sluts!
Wargaming scenarios for kids. And it's like, hey, the Necrons are coming to get you. Ooh.
I said come here!
And I'm like, people
come!
Morning.
Come here, you little bastards!
People are getting very angry about it, and I can appreciate why. But on the other hand, if it doesn't affect you, just like you don't have to read them. Just play your games and enjoy them. Read your fucking hardcore Horus Heresy stuff.
Yes.
With all the like people's heads exploding and whatnot. Enjoy it. But if you know, if other people want to, if they want to spread their seed.
Well, what they're doing is they are bringing in a whole new,
a
whole new thingy of players, aren't they?
And they don't want 40k to be a weird, sexy. I mean, yeah, it's still going to be like Khorne, Blood God,
and Khan cleft his way through all the horrible minions of the Empire, and at the end, some little kid comes and goes, "What a cheese ball!"
Yeah, maybe.
And Khan Matraowen stood there in his gore-splattered armament. Oh, go on, then.
I mean, it might end up like that, but we won't know until it happens. So let's just read it when it happens and decide then.
Just let more people into the hobby.
Yeah.
How's that a bad thing?
Someone else put on Facebook how they were like, "Oh wow, it's a good job. How dare they include like kids into wargaming?" And it was a picture out of an orc book or whatever, and it was like, "Wow, I'm going to eat it."
Yeah,
no, you eat it.
Yeah,
oh, I'm going to eat it more because I'm going to do some eating and thumping and whatnot. It's like, yeah, actually, we're all kids, aren't we? Really?
We play with toys.
We
okay,
do.
that makes us children, and we love it. But it's a good point, and that brings us on to another point about inclusion and stuff, where we were talking earlier about cosplayers.
Yeah, we were.
Why is it that kind of thing where, okay, you people dress up, you spend all your time making your gear, you look brilliant, you're fantastic. Why is there no crossover between that and role playing?
Yeah, I mean, there's a
yes,
small amount.
You've
but
got LRPing.
Yeah, it's LARPing, but that's seen as a different thing from cosplay.
Yeah.
Which is seen as a different thing, and LARPing's seen as a different thing from tabletop. Like, you see a lot of, I say a lot, you see like tabletops going, "Oh, never go with LARP, it's weird." Well, hang on a minute, we're all weird. That's the point, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. I just think, why can't we all, I know it sounds like a fucking cliche.
Share the love.
Why can't we all get along?
Why can't we all get along? You know why we can't all get along?
Because everyone else is counts by us.
You heard it here first.
You know what? Share your other related hobbies in the thing down below. If you're you're a gamer who cosplays, or you're a tabletop role player who LARPs, or you're a miniatures war gamer who's into dioramas. Because again, dioramas, that's a whole different thing.
Or, you know, when people say they're gamers, their whole gaming life is just literally playing computer games. You know, that's
computer games, board games.
Yeah.
It's all under the same umbrella. There's a massive umbrella, and we're all under it. Inclusion.
That's a very good point. It's a very good point.
think there's a lot
because you do get a lot of
stuff.
board games saying, "Oh, well, yeah, your game is different to ours." Is
And
it?
like, you think of, I mean, even within tabletop games, there's a tendency to, what in a board game sense would be known as like an American style game, like throwing dice, seeing what happens, whatever. And then you've got that kind of Euro game where everything's
Worker placement. Yeah.
everything's balanced and everything works perfectly well. And I would argue that in certain ways, 40k is your American style game where maybe not everything's balanced all the time.
You just throw a whole shitload of dice.
But actually, on the flip side of that, you've got something like Guild Ball that, yes, there's still dice involved, so it's not fully Euro, but they make a real effort to balance the game. There is a real a lot of it is how, you know, they push the idea of good play as opposed to random dice.
Yeah.
And point spending and stuff like that. There's no points. Well, actually everything's balanced, so it doesn't matter what you pick. So it's not an American style, Ameritrash, Amerithrash, whatever you want to call it, style game. I would argue that it's more Euro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think even within war games you've got that kind of balance of different kinds of games. Oh, I play 40k all the time because I love 40k. But I wouldn't play, I don't know, Imperial Assault from Fantasy Flight or X-Wing.
I wouldn't play X-Wing.
They're probably more Euro versions.
Yeah, I like the
because of
whole
balance.
idea of Imperial Assault, and after going back and reading it again, I'm like, we should be playing this. This is so our thing. We've got it down there, so I think we should crack it out again. But have you noticed that one of the things that's happening a lot, whether it's just we've missed it because, let's face it, we're fucking idiots, but things like Guild Ball, you don't have your points, you just have your team, and there's no points cost. It's the same with like Moonstone. You have your 6 people, you play the game. There's no having to work out your stuff because in theory it should all be balanced.
You switch your guy out and it becomes a different guy.
Now with Moonstone, I'd be interested to see how that progresses over the next 2-3 years with all the other factions that they bring out and stuff like that. How balanced is everything going to be? I mean, Guild Ball's on season 3, about to drop season 4 in.
Oh, American SteamCon this year, so I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
give or take. I don't know.
So
I can't remember when it is now and when it is then.
Oh fuck, do I know? So that's another thing, isn't it? So
3 or 4 months.
how do you suddenly decide, right, I don't want to work points out anymore for this game. Let's just say, right, they all do this, and then give them special abilities. How can you, unless you've done an awful lot of play testing, it must be so difficult to suddenly just get that whole thing balanced.
Yeah.
Because I know with Guild Ball, I know season 4's going to be dropping soon, but I know they're doing a huge play test coming up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's been invited to go up to Manchester and do the and do the play test for season 4. Great, but I think for me that would spoil the game. I don't want to see what I could do or what I couldn't do, or well, this would have been really good if we kept the rule.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up the book and just
just going right now,
jizzing all over it.
And that's another thing. Are we expecting big changes? I think there's going to be some significant changes. Oh, rumours! I haven't heard any.
I mean, literally just people are going, I reckon season 4 is going to be a big deal, but like that. That's it.
Everyone said that about season 2 and 3.
Well, no.
It'll be interesting to see.
I wonder with the minor guilds are now a thing. We've also had the not the plot cards because that didn't happen in the end, but the
the Gix.
The Gix.
I like the ideas of those. I really do.
Not plot cards. Gix and what are the ones they're called now? Gameplay cards?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, the gameplay cards.
Yeah.
I love them.
So I think that's what Gix turned into. But I almost now wish that I hadn't seen Gix because I really liked Gix. Because I liked the whole idea it was for a team.
Yeah.
And you could go, yeah, maybe I want to do this. But on the other hand, I can see why it's not necessarily balanced. And also, is fair and balanced what we're going for? In a competitive tournament scene, definitely yes. Which I think that's why I was equating Guild Ball to that Eurogame environment. However, if you look at role-playing games, for example, fair and balanced doesn't really come into it.
No, it doesn't. But I think when
the story's fun.
Yeah, but if you're messing around with miniatures on its, that's again though, isn't it? If you a whole lot of the role-playing games that you see, it's all D&D, and I'm not being funny, right? I'm not a fan of D&D. Right, big respect to everything they've done.
I've never.
But you know, it's the minute you're right, start role-playing. Well, I'm going to go. Then all of a sudden you roll the mat out and you get your figures out. That's not what role-playing's about, in my view. That's suddenly turned into a board game.
Yeah,
and I know why they do it, is so they can work out exactly where they are, and they can work out how much damage they can do from the spell that does this distance.
And actually, I mean, we don't play it, and I know you don't like it, and I don't actually play it at all. But one of the things I do appreciate that D&D do is they have a thing, I think it's called challenge rating. It's like all the monsters have got a challenge rating, so you work out the average level of the group, and then you've got, as a GM, you could put, you don't have to, it's not that you have to do this, but it's a potential. So the average level rating of the group is this, so you can decide, well, I've got now X amount of points to spend on my... So I can see why you don't like that, but I can also...
How the hell is that role-playing a character?
Well...
That's number crunching.
Yeah,
that's not why I want to sit and roleplay.
Arguably, that's then a miniatures game where the players have to make a tactical... That's a 1v all board game as part of your role-playing game. Like, you like... Oops.
I don't like anything. I don't
like the others. You like Rise of Moloch. So if you were to take the in-between bits of that game and turn it into a role-playing game, kind of be the same thing as that. And I'm not saying yay or nay. I'm just saying that.
Oh no, I can see how you are, bringing the argument forward, and you are, giving both sides of it. But in my view, I'm role played for so bloody many years now. It's ridiculous. But I just don't like that whole.
And that's fine.
And no, I know it's fine. We are all individual people, or men, or women, or fish cakes, or whatever.
What we were saying earlier on about let people have their fun. If you want to read your kiddie book about 40k, where hey man,
that could have turned really wrong then.
Necrons, and I'm gonna punch him in the face with my fist of punching, and whoa, then great, let them do it. If you want to watch the hardcore Horus Heresy version,
I don't think it's written like that. The main characters are children.
That's weird.
So yeah, little Billy boy goes skipping along the street and sees a Necron. What's he going to do? Run away!
I mean, I don't, but it's not for us.
No, because we are dark, nasty, horrible human beings.
But I don't know, it's a very complicated thing, and I just think that if you don't like something, that's fine.
Don't play.
Don't like it, and just let other people enjoy their...
Yeah, I'm not turning around and saying all you D&D players are horrible, evil people. I'm just saying, in my experience of role-playing games, it's just not the game for me. And I know there are billions of you Americans out there that love it.
Yeah.
Great on you, because if it wasn't for D&D and you guys, there would be no role-playing.
There would be no role-playing, yeah.
So,
for Saint Gygax of Garryness, there would be no role-playing as we know it these days.
But it's weird the way that all of the games these days have changed so much.
But then we're seeing things cycle back in the same way, like trousers get wider and slimmer over time. Like,
I have noticed that. I was walking down the street, I'm like, Christ almighty. I used to wear jeans that tight.
Yeah, and I didn't. And then they're going to be big again in a couple of years or whatever.
Hey, please don't tell me you're going to dig out those green trousers again.
Big, massive green trousers I could take off. They were so big I could take my pants off and still have my trousers on, because they were so big I could just the crotch was down at my knees. Anyway,
that's a whole another fucking horrible story.
Without naming names, hexes are now a thing again. Wow, hexes! Fucking hexes have been around since Dot, right? Can we all agree on that?
See, the problem I have with the hexes is I just don't like them. I don't.
Yeah.
See, Guild Ball was one of the first games that kind of came along that's this small scale, but there's no limit to where you move, is there? You can go.
It's a standard. Well, I say standard. It's a traditional miniatures game with measurements and everything.
Yeah, but there's no.
But it's a sports
board.
game, and like up until not long ago, there wasn't that. You know, you had to be on hexes via probably something like Dread Ball or Chaos Ball or squares on Blood Bowl or something like that. And then
Blood Bowl.
It's just, I don't know. It's a weird thing, and we're seeing, you know, even though you look at role-playing systems over the years where things have gone from being relatively simple to hyper-complex, like GURPS. You know, you're in a room, there's a light coming in from this side of the room, so you're at minus this, but you've
How
drawn
many
your
rounds
gun,
have you been aiming for?
then you're at plus
What?
this. And then like, wow, okay, that's too much for me. But
But-
then you look at Infinity, that's really popular, and a lot of people love it. And that's a role-playing game system that people play as a miniatures game, in my humble opinion.
There are some games I look at and I'm like, I don't know how that game's popular. I don't understand why it's popular. And you know what? That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's great.
Because if there wasn't diversity in our hobby, we would all be playing one game, and what the hell would the fun in that be? And we'd all be shit. Well, we'd be shit.
Yeah, there was a quote. I think I know you don't watch it because it's D&D. Critical Role. I'm a big fan.
Who?
I know.
Who?
I say big fan. I'm only up to.
They're not proper role players, though, are they? You know, they're just voice
They
actors.
are very good. They are very good. And there was kind of midway through the first campaign, someone said something along the lines of "Your fun is wrong," and that became a thing. That they said like, "Your fun is wrong." It's like, actually, yeah. Why is your fun better than my fun, and why is my fun better than your fun? Because as long as it's fun, it doesn't matter. If you want to play a completely asymmetrical, I mean, you look at all the historical wargaming. That isn't even a thing we've talked about. That doesn't appeal to me at all.
No.
I mean,
no. And I know. I mean, we go to Salute and everything. You see these huge tables set out, and they are fantastic.
oh mate, amazing.
But I think you summed it up once when you turned around and said, you know, we play all of these games because they're not real. But something like if we was like reenacting like the First World War games or something, I'd be like, that's actually real people died.
Awkward.
And it's like,
yeah. I mean, even as we've said before, when we were looking at, I mean, we haven't played it yet, but Conflict 47. But like World War II, that's World War II. People died.
We've got werewolves.
Werewolves,
Zombies!
I'm in. I'm done. I like the film because it's films with Tommy guns against a werewolf, and then suddenly I'm in, and it's funny how
It's weird, isn't it?
And again, that's a personal thing. I don't see. There's a lot of historical people, and the stuff we saw at Salute, where,
It's
and again,
rows
this is just
and rows
this
and
is just
ranks
me,
of guns and stuff, and I'm
and
like,
you've just got lines, and they're just. I mean, from our point of view, looking at it, obviously we don't know the details of the game. We don't know exactly what's going on, but it looks to us, looking at it, it
Like
looks like
nothing's
a
happening.
line of stuff and another line of stuff, and they're slowly moving towards each other.
okay, so
But
we just
there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want out of a
if
game.
I think that the fundamental
We're not trying to be
important
fences, but
no, the main fundamental thing is we play games. Games are what make everything in life worthwhile. Because life is fucking shit. Let's face it. You know, it's fucking. We are sitting on a rock that's spinning so many bloody millions of miles an hour to our doom.
We'll all be dead soon. Thanks, Trump. Douche. Without getting too political about it.
You Americans vote for them. But, you know, we play games because they are games. They are meant to be fun. They are meant to be a pastime. For lots of people, they are jobs. That's great. Hats off to you, you lucky bastards.
But even between Straw and I, we don't always agree. I don't
Yes,
have
we do.
Yeah, we do.
We always agree.
Yeah, we always agree. But like, I don't have as much of a problem with D&D. You do, that's fine. You hate Munchkin. I am fine with it.
I don't know what it is. I just can't get into
But
it.
it's-
Flux. Love Flux.
Yeah. And that's just you all like your own things.
But as I said, I think if we all suddenly only liked the same game, so many companies
We'd all
would
be
be
playing chess, wouldn't we? They'd be able out of business.
We'd be playing chess. And that'd be it. I mean, there are so many games that people can play.
My one, not regret, not issue, my one my one want, if for want of a better, my one would be if Norms played, even if it wasn't like an RPG, or even if it wasn't a tabletop battle game, but like back in the day, like I say back in the day, in historical times when there was pretty much like chess, backgammon, and that weird game, Hef and Taffel or whatever it's fucking called.
Huff and Fluff and
Then a lot of people played games because it was literally there were 3 games or 1 game or 2 games or whatever, and everyone played it because there was no telly, there was no films, there was no football. People just did that, and I think that if non-gamers, norms.
How do you like it, norms?
Freaks, as we like to call them.
We used to get called geeks and nerds. You know what? It's a fucking badge of honour these days.
Someone asked me if I was a grebo when I was growing up, and I was like, I don't even know what that actually means. Like, I am, I just don't know what it means.
That's for you norms.
But I kind of wish that more people played games, even if it was just, even if it was backgammon or fucking whatever. At least if they could then look in the same way that we do and go, that's not my bag, but yeah, okay, rather than going in a Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of way.
See, it's another one of those weird things, isn't it? Because there's the computer gamers.
Yeah.
And they're gamers. They're playing games. They're gamers. But
I like computer games.
how could you take? You know, how would they feel if you took them from doing what they know, like running around shooting things in a like first-person shoot 'em up, and then suddenly put a board game in front of them?
Yeah.
How would that work out?
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty, you need to know the map, you need to know what your weapons do, you need to know what your accuracy is, you know, maybe you've got that. I've drunk 17 cans of Red Bull, so I'm twitchy as fuck. I don't know, you know, that's a very similar but different version of playing a board game or a miniatures game or an RPG or whatever.
It does get a little bit weird. So, anyway, we've actually got a question here. It's literally just this moment popped up.
Let us know what you think about our thoughts in the comments down below.
You spell it S-H-I-T.
P.
So, Kerry 80. Yeah, alright, 80 boy. What's yours and Parker's Expo shopping list? Oh, dude.
That depends what you're going to buy us.
Yeah, we've... The problem with our mental health and
sharpening my phone from murder.
And lack of funding and stuff like that means we
don't do it for the money. It takes money.
We just can't get there.
No.
We've got the tickets, we've got press passes and everything, but it's and I know a lot of you. Well, it's only like 30 odd quid on the train. Yeah, there's 2 of us. That becomes money, and then we just can't. And if we did that, we then wouldn't have any money to spend on shinies, and we don't get enough money to spend on shinies as it is.
Indeed.
So, what would have been on our list? Anything from Wexodus.
War Cradle, Wexodus.
Bastards. I would have liked to have seen what. They don't have anything new to sell.
No.
They've still got the miniature thingamajiggy,
new.
but you could have seen all of like they got some like super secret and nice stuff that they could have shown you, including artwork and everything.
And they're not releasing anything, but they may well release some pre-order stuff, which I'm really interested to see what's going to be in the next. Because obviously we've got the Hex Beasts.
No, we haven't.
The Hex Beasts are on that day. No, the Hex
they're
Beasts
on that day, are
that
they?
day.
Is that the same with the 8 out?
Wayward 8 are on that day as well. You can be able to buy them there. And I wonder what's then going to be released as a pre-order for the next month or whatever. They may well leave it until the end of the weekend.
Well, we saw 3 other starting factions, didn't we? At
yes.
We saw the Third Man. Was it the Third Man?
Yeah, Third Man. Absolute power.
We saw the Abe Lincoln and the Secret Service, and we saw the Order.
Boom.
Bastards! 2 of those box sets I want. Fuck off.
And one I've already got money ready for Chris, just put in a box.
Oh, have you?
Because I know that's coming soon. I mean, Stuart Mackiness soon, but I know it's coming, and I'm like, I've put that away, ready for when it comes out, and just go, and there you go. As soon as it comes, I'm ready.
So yeah. Thing is, I think the beauty of the difference between Salute and Expo is expose a lot more board games and other games.
And I forgot how much I really do enjoy board games.
Every now and again. I mean, Star Saga the other week.
Oh, mate, that was really good.
If you have not played Star Saga, do yourself a favour, get hold of a copy and play it. It was awesome
fun. We've been playing the intro, I think it's 3 missions in the intro sequence, if you like. And we played the first 2. And I think once we played the third one, then we'll be on the full game points-wise and whatnot.
It's Hero Quest in Space.
Hero Quest in Space.
Awesome fun.
Really, really fun game.
So yeah, thanks Mantic.
Big love.
More importantly,
Martin.
Thank you, Martin.
I love you.
It's a really, really good little game. We opened the box and I'm like, nah. But I'll tell you what, you sit there and start playing it and we were buzzing by the end of it, weren't we?
Really were.
Brilliant game. Loved it. That's an official recommendation from the Bubble Hammer to you. Yeah, do it. It's a great little game. Really, I don't know if there's anything else out scenario-wise or anything, but
I mean, arguably the Star Wars Imperial Assault.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Really, it's the same thing. It's just we've got to a point where we started to play it, and we just sat there and we went, "Oh my god, cards," and it looks really difficult. But as I said, I sat there and read it again the other day and went, "Why aren't we playing this? This is really good." It's the way of things. So, do you have any questions from those people on the internets?
There are those YouTubers
with toys. They haven't bought us toys yet, bastards.
I like bums.
Do you now?
Okay, alright. So.
Oh, we've actually got a question. Christ.
Well, we got a bunch. Howlos 01 from.
Top bloke, this one.
Cheers for everything you do, guys.
Shit?
I'm not going to read that bit just because it's personal, but we do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No, if it's about no, you can mention that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
No, but him.
Well, fuck it. We shouldn't have mentioned it.
Do you think that the competition scene is driving some games away from the background and therefore dictating the direction it takes, so that what you do on the table is disconnected from the story?
Ooh. Now, see, that's an interesting question, because immediately I think of Guild Ball.
G to the L.
Whereas the story and the background, you know, Sherwin and all that done cracking job on the story and everything. But when you get into a tournament and people are just sitting, well, I'm going to move this figure here, blah blah blah. I can't play like that.
Yeah.
I've got to have a reason why they're doing it. I think it does happen, but it depends on the game and the fan base, I guess.
Yeah, and is that necessarily a bad thing? Like, if you've got...
Now, you see, immediately you say that, is it a bad thing? Well, hold on. So, for example, I'm going to keep going back to this. So, sorry, Sherwin. Love your stuff, dude. But you spent all that time writing all of that really, really deep, rich background.
Yeah.
For like Bertie McBurtpants to turn up with his box of figures and go, oh yeah, I've won the game, walks off.
But if you want to make a competitive game, and you want to have a fluff-heavy game,
I think there's a way you can do both. And Guild Ball nearly did it.
But if you say someone's dead and someone's not dead,
then if they're dead, take them out of the game. Well, I paid for this model. Yeah. I want to use this model. Well then.
But even then, I mean, like about something like Star Wars, and you go, actually, we all know the expanded background and blah blah blah, and you say, well, actually, General Veers was suddenly on an island with Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, and Chewie wasn't there for some reason, and
a day off.
No one else was there for other reasons, and I've got fleet models, and it all looks a bit weird. But if everything has to be like embedded into the fluff, then it becomes almost impossible to create your own story.
Yeah, I understand that. I really do, because we are fluff players. We love our stories.
We love the fluff.
And if you don't, and if you don't know that about the Batman by now, then you're probably watching the wrong channel. we like the stories, and if we can't play a game and tell a story and have fun while we're playing that game, what's the point? What's the point, Perky?
I don't know.
There's no point. It's all
I mean, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? You want to be able to create your own story within the world that is there in the game. I mean, a game creates the world. You then create stories within that world.
Now, is that just role players that do that in a game? Because we do that in a board game. We could play Ludo and we'd be like, oh, this little green monster. The stories just automatically come out.
Yeah, I think.
It's interesting, isn't it?
As Paolo said, is the competition hurting that side of things? I think it depends on. I mean, ultimately, going back to Guild Ball and everything that's great about it, I mean, it is a sports ball game, so the competitive nature of it is ingrained within the game.
Christ,
Do you know what I mean?
One sick.
So is that necessarily a bad thing? Because it's part of the nature of the game, is that competitive, I'm here on this end, you're there on that end, kick it in the goal, my goal, not your goal.
Okay,
so
I'll kick it in your goal.
story is kind of not takes a back seat, but is at least in the passenger seat, if not the back seat.
I still think that that stories are important to
Oh, they are.
what
I'm
we
not
do.
saying they're not important. I just mean that, as Paolo's saying, like, does it damage the game? I think it depends on the game. If
it might not just. Does it depend on the game? No, I think it depends on the players.
yeah, I think it does depend on the players and the situation in which they're in.
The players are the ones who can say, right, well, I'm playing Guild Ball.
Because you're in charge of your own game.
Yes.
Which is why I was talking about that your fun is wrong. It's your fun, you do what you want.
But
if
it's
you don't
wrong.
like what we do, that's fine. You fucking go and enjoy yourselves with your own stuff. I haven't got a problem with that.
Yeah, you don't have to
Not in a
watch
mean
us.
way, I just mean not in that way. I mean, you have to watch us, please watch us. We've got literally nothing else going on. But in a like, oh, you know what, I don't like story, I want competitive. Oh, you know what, I don't like competitive, I want story.
At the end of the day, they're your games.
We're
Play
lucky
them how
that we
you want.
mostly agree on kind of 40%.
That high?
No, we mostly agree on our game
Because we're role players and
experience.
storytellers.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
I can see the problem then arises when you go to a game club and they say, "Oh yeah, we like stories, hardcore murder."
Yes.
Oh what?
Oh yes. No, right. You guys know how much we love Exodus at the moment. But you know, I'm sitting there going, right. Well, when I'm making my army list, I'm like, right. Well, they'd do that, and they would work with them because of this, and then I'm like, oh, and the story for that is, and then you know, you go against your opponents, Hex, and you're like, when to go. What the fuck is that? How is this fun? Right, you think that you putting these great big ass models on the table is going to win you the game? Well, great, probably will. But where's the story and the fun? I think one of the big things is when you are playing a game, make sure your opponent has fun as well.
Yeah.
Because
that's a big deal.
if the opponent's not having fun, they're not going to want to play again. They're not going to spend money on the hobby. That money goes back into the hobby.
Yeah. And also having, I mean, again, we don't have to worry about that sort of thing, but in a club where you've got a limited amount of players who play a limited amount of games and your local store can't stock X amount of stuff, like, you want them to play the game that you're playing, because then it means you can play it more. But if you go, ha ha, I destroy you all, and everyone goes, you know what, your game's shit, I'm going to play this other game. Oh, and then you're sat there with all your stuff going, ha ha ha.
So you're sitting there with your, you know,
I'm
your
the king of nothing.
You're sitting there with your Wexus army, your 40k army. You're like,
Yeah.
I've spent months painting these. They are all beautifully done. And someone just goes, yeah, bosh, wipes you off the table because they've got a net list or a complete.
And they're
Punch
gonna,
them.
And then
Punch
you're
them
going to start
hard.
playing something else, and then that's it. Game
And then,
over.
yeah, so then all that time and effort that you've spent on that game is wasted.
And that's why I think it's important to have champions of games. I mean, we are not necessarily champions, but we have a YouTube thing because the internet allowed us to do that.
Why? How?
We're not special. Anyone can do it. Cheers.
No.
But having a club person who's like, hey, I'm the guy who, you know, runs the role-playing group, or, you know, there's nothing wrong with being the guy who runs games or kind of helps other people play stuff. Like, hey, I play 40k or whatever game it is. You know what? I'm just gonna this week, I'm gonna keep an eye on everyone. Just make sure everyone's like, oh, don't forget that rule. You don't have to be a tournament organizer or anything, but just
help out,
help other people out. Even if you finish your game, go over and say, oh, so what's going on? Oh, we had a bit of a rules thing about this. Oh, okay, and then
let's chat about it.
Cause a discussion rather than just, I'm gonna crush you like this kind of. We are mighty, weak, apart, but stronger together. Kapla!
So yeah, it's...
Sorry, we've been proper rambling today. I like it.
No, it's great. I love doing this. That's why it's called a mumble.
Let us know what you think about our ramblings.
Apart from those that think we're really bad people.
Unless you don't like it, in which case...
If you think, okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Carrie Aney, get a fucking job. Stop bloody texting us. So, oh yeah, I'll get back to you in a minute, mate. Hold on. Right. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, I've got my phone up the wrong way, and it's like, I don't know what's going on with the world.
So it's going in wide as opposed to long. Whatever floats your boat.
I have that problem. So, oh, for God. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
No.
Okay, so Mr. Alien, here we go. You're stuck on a desert island with Parker for the rest of your lives.
No.
Okay.
Even I wouldn't like that, and I'm me.
There are 2 boxes floating away. One with all your Guild Ball stuff, and one with all your Wexeter stuff.
Oh!
You can only save one. Which is it? You dirty.
Can he
bastard.
save the Guild Ball and I can save the Wexodus?
There's 2 of us.
We can both go for each.
Doesn't say we can't.
That's it.
See, AD, that's what role playing's all about.
The fucking cup is always half fullish.
Well,
I'd
say 3/4. If you like these amazingly crafted beer glasses,
you can go to Wildstorm Games and they will do such things for you.
Damn, we're cheap and nasty. That's, yeah, as I said, there's 2 of us, so we could both grab a box.
Yeah, I agree.
But if, for example, we could only grab 1 box because we'd been on that island for 15 weeks and I'd already eaten Parker's legs, which one would I grab?
What's more edible?
There's a lot more.
They're both plastic and metal, so nothing.
But there's a lot more miniatures in Wexodus. That's a lot more yum yum yum.
It's true.
And we can tell story. We can keep ourselves entertained for hours. Oh, that's a horrible question to have to ask us on air.
But I do think, for me, it's not then a. He didn't ask what game's better.
No, it's what would our
game...
choice? Which one would we grab?
Because on the one hand, you've got Guild Ball,
fucking nasty,
which is a 3x3. There's always going to be a 3x3, and when you've got all the miniatures, you can play all the different teams in any different combo. You don't have to worry about points,
but, see,
which is a huge advantage. On the other hand, Wexodus, you can tell really interesting stories. You can kind of do cool stuff. I mean, are we talking terrain as well? Because terrain as well, that makes a difference.
If we're on a desert island, we can make our own.
That's a good point.
You didn't think that one through, did you? That's a really shitty question. That really is horrible.
Are you talking all about the stuff we have now, or are you talking about all the stuff that there is?
Oof. Wow. That's a whole nother box. Stop thinking. You're overthinking it. Oh, it's a good question.
You know what I would end up doing? I'd swim towards both, realise I was then out of my depth and then drown, going, no!
Great, and as I can't swim, you'd have been the one swimming out to grab the box, and I'd gone, no, get that one, no, that one, no, and then you'd have drowned, and I'd be sitting there going, oh, and then both the boxes just float off into the sunset, and I'm left there just bashing myself off.
Well, at least there's no Parky to bring me down. Fuck you all.
And then his corpse just washes up.
Like that film with Daniel Radcliffe.
And then
what's it called? Swiss Army Man. I haven't seen it. It's supposed to be good.
And then he sort of ends up on the beach dead, and I'm like, well, no one about. Yeah, horrible.
Well, he's not going to complain about it.
Okay. Anything else on your list of bloody hell? Christ, where did all this come from? Oh, different story.
And even then, you're discussing the cards for Exodus are cards, so they would get damaged. However, my tokens for Guild Ball wouldn't get damaged because they're plastic. We've got to take these things into consideration, people.
You do. You do. And where are your dice at this point?
That's a good point.
They have lots of dice.
Lots of dice.
Alright, so, moving on.
At least you'd know they roll right, because they'd be bobbing in salt water.
Yes, they would.
Be fine and dandy and fine.
Dandy and fine. So, rolling the word. Bryant's fucking struck again. Shouldn't you be looking at yours?
Yeah, but you're
here we go. No, but I'm doing the posts. You've got the video. Video. So you don't get this professionalness. Okay, so that's the Desert Island done. You know our Expo rubbish. Parky.
Paulos01 again has a question.
No.
Oh, okay. No, apparently. Have you guys seen the new version of Saga? I picked it up and it's chuffing awesome. It's now going to include fantasy and mythological rules and battle boards. Could be something that's scratch a couple. Oh, fucking hell, easy. Of itches for you. That's assuming the cream doesn't work.
Well, we can have other games for
smallest skirmish game that covers historical stuff as well. An Elite Force is only 17 miniatures. Check it out and see if it's your bag.
That's 17 miniatures.
Fun, guys. Thank you. Cheers to you too. We did look at Saga.
We've got it. We've got the original.
Yeah.
Have we played it? Nope.
No.
Just don't get time.
It's another game. I haven't got any strong feelings, yay or nay. I think if someone was to say, here, play this game, and I'd go, okay, cool.
We play
I knew there was a regular thing. I mean, I haven't seen any bad things about it.
No, I haven't. Everyone I know that plays Saga are like, yeah, we love it. And I completely, because I like the whole battle.
Yeah, and you roll a certain amount of dice, and you can spend all of your ones on this and your twos on that, and see what you can do. I like the idea of it. We just haven't got around to it.
Sucker. All right. So, Mr. Kevy B. Hat Boy. So we've got Kill, Fuck, Marry. You ready for these?
That is the order in which I would do them, yes.
Well, here we go. I'm going to ask you this. I'm not asking me this, I'm asking you. So, Kill, Fuck, Marry. Parker. Oh, shit, you're asking me. Parker, Jason Mountain, or Wayne Wilkinson? You bastard.
Okay. I know which way I would go.
I know exactly which way I would go.
Well, I can't say to me, I'm going to marry myself or fuck myself or kill myself. I mean, that's not how, well, that's asking, is it?
I would kill Jason Mountain. Not being funny, mate, I love you, but I would murder you. You would do my nutting if I was, like, trapped on a desert island with you. I would fuck Wayne Wilkinson. I like me a big bloke. And I'd marry Parker. Our first dance would be quite special. That's the only way he gets to actually feel good.
Yeah, only nice.
That's horrible. If the world ran out of Fosters, what would you drink? We don't drink Fosters.
You do. Oh no, you used to drink Fosters.
Carling.
You're on Carling now.
Cheaper. Will you be getting a third dog? That depends on
the size of the dog and whether we can feed it to the bigger dogs.
That depends on a few things that at some point I've got to talk to Parker about, but we're not going to go there live on TV.
He's not buying a dog that I'm keeping at my house. Just saying.
No. There are things that might be happening, which I've got to talk to my yeah, that's going to be interesting. Will Parker ever get a tattoo? No. I will draw one on him. He will never get a tattoo because I've got respect him for his rights to his pristine, beautiful, pallid,
sweaty, sheened,
un-sun-kissed flesh.
I'm like one of those buried temples underneath a jungle where no one goes.
Oh, okay, so Wayne's just chipped in. Get a job, you lot. Is Navigator's alt sculpt Siren pregnant? If yes, who's the daddy? It's probably that fucking otter, isn't it?
I would assume not, but I haven't had a proper.
I haven't seen. I have not even.
She's the one with the hat. She's got a pirate hat.
I thought it was Angel.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know then, Siren. I mean, she's got lots of flowy whatnots. It's just flowy whatnots, I guess.
So if she is pregnant, it's a flowy whatnot for a father. Maybe Angel could appear on Jeremy Kyle or Siren and go,
Grayscale's your cunt.
He's been dead 18 years, but he's a father.
Yeah, he doesn't fucking come around anymore. What a cunt.
For all the grief... Oh, fucking Cariady again. Just get a job again. For all the grief you give Parker, how much do you really love him? Not at all. He's a cunt. I want him to spontaneously bust right now. Of course I fucking love him. We couldn't do what we do if it was just like two normal friends, could we? Because I'd have fucking laid you out about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then teabagged you.
I only cry on the inside.
He only cries on the inside, but that's not tears. It's salty, but it's not tears. Anything on that?
Oh, yeah, probably.
And then, oh, fuck off. Really?
Fuck tons.
Really?
Yeah. It was like 30 before I even looked.
Fucking hell, it's going to be mumbles of us just mumbling shit. Right, go on then. Quick fire round, go.
Go.
No. Yes.
Thing.
Not too
when
sure.
When you come to Chilean Wargamers, we don't know. Blah, blah, blah.
It's getting there.
Blah. Pink is for real men. Where do we get them from? And where do we get the art from?
Wow.
I don't know where you got them printed, but the art is from...
no, we're not telling you where it's coming from, because they'll try to thieve our artist.
The Wargamer Viking.
Oh, you know where you've got it from. You've been chatting to him.
Mr. J Zilla 101, great name by the way. 2 things, name checked on the battle hammer. Woo! T6 are great. Have you noticed when facing the camera you're the wrong way round?
What, on the artwork? Yeah, that's done out of spite.
Oh yeah.
Done out of spite. Just to get you lot going, oh, you're the wrong way round!
Thank you, Sander VB, for being our favourite battle hammer item.
Hey? What is?
Like it. Oh,
who the hell are you? Get the fuck off the screen, woman!
Cynthia Miller.
Hey!
Creator
Urban Manhunt!
Of Urban Manhunt. Thanks for the idea of having an Friends of Urban Manhunt situation. You're welcome.
Namaste.
We basically stole it from someone else, so
Shut up.
Thank us.
Shut up.
We will be using our own created hunters at some point in the
Oh, yes.
The Gollum DK says, have you ever tried Kings of War? No, we haven't, because we're not really big fans of that rank and file.
I don't like rank and file.
Like original Warhammer Fantasy.
Ooh.
Rank and file's not really our bag. And again, as we were talking earlier on about Salute, when we saw lined up stuff where you just kind of move forward. I mean, I know there's definitely a lot of tactical depth there, but it's just not my bag.
Well, it's teabag anyway.
Questions from Alex Kaiser. Did you back Zombicide Invader?
No.
What are your thoughts on Star Wars Legion doing prequel minis, clones and droids?
Ooh, that would be
I hope they do more stuff for Star Wars Legion. Just
fuck that, Boba Fett, dude! Come on!
Whatever it is they do, I hope they do more stuff. Just because if
they
do more stuff, they're supporting it as a war game and not just a buy these things
buy
now,
these as Star
and then
Wars.
it dies.
I would like to have more normal troops and your own commanders.
Yeah.
Don't give us named commanders. All right, bastard.
In the same way they've released the, I don't know what they're called for the Empire, but for the Rebels you've got the Specialist Commando type units now, which are kind of like, yeah, there you go. Favourite war game company and why? I'm going to give a not very controversial thing and say GW.
Where did this bastard suddenly get so big?
I'm going to say
Smile
GW is my favourite war game company, not because they're the best or because I like them the most, but because without GW, you wouldn't have a lot of other stuff. And I applaud them for that.
That's a good call. You keep biting me, you bastard. See what's going to happen. No, not the fucking mat either. I said good day, sir.
Favourite war game company, sure.
Who?
Favourite war game company?
Any one of them that will take my dog off of me.
Okay, favourite scenery company? I don't have one. I think there's a lot of really good stuff.
Oh, there are so many good scenery
And
companies.
if you want MDF stuff, or if you want, you know, other stuff, I think there's a lot of really good scenery stuff out there.
Although a lot of it these days is a lot of companies are like doing files so you can download and do your own printed stuff.
Yeah.
Cracking idea, you bastards.
Favourite paints to use? GW, because that's
Valleggio.
99% of what I've got.
Valleggio.
Have you seen the Avengers Infinity War? No, not
No,
yet.
don't care.
I do care, but I haven't seen it yet. What movies are we both looking forward to this year? The Star Wars is.
I haven't heard good things about Han Solo.
Genuine also question from Alex Kaiser. This is the last one from him. How did you come up with the name The Battle Hammer and why so much orange?
Oh, you really want to know this story? Okay, so I was working at a certain parcel company, and the main colour was orange. And then I had my mental breakdown and blah 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 blah. And my twatty wife, bless her, decided that for my rest and recuperation, when me and Parker said, well, we'll just start filming some games, etc. She went, oh, you can start wearing orange. I'm like, fucking want to wear orange? No! But it's literally become our kind of trademark thing, so we just wear it.
And it's bright and people see it, which is also good. So
that's why
Steamforged.
That's why fucking Steamforged nicked it for their fucking pundits. All bloody dog hair everywhere then. Why are we called the Battle Hammer? Well, we wasn't originally.
We were originally going to be called the Battle
Mallet.
Because Warhammer Battle
Mallet. But then, when I was typing in to create everything, and
this is now an official thing that is true. I'm glad you all know.
I'd completely fucking forgotten what we were called. So I just went, Hammer? It must have been a hammery thing.
Warhammer Battle Mallet. Because we were part of the original thing. We were going to come up with our own version of 40k, kind of a
better
version, well, not, you know, a version where you would do alternate activations and stuff like that. So we call it the Battle Mallet because battle instead of war, mallet instead of hammer, and then it's become Battle Hammer because
I forgot.
It's bullshit. I love it. That's official. That's now a thing. It was always a thing, but people know.
I completely fucking forgot.
Ian Welling, and all I see Ian with Welling, I think Ian McKellen.
Is he Welling? Are you Welling?
Question. What are your thoughts on the Kickstarter for Confrontation?
It was a Kickstarter, was it? Oh, I thought it was.
I don't know enough about Confrontation because I know like a lot of people. There's a certain amount, a really strong fan base who are like, oh, Confrontation. Oh.
It was the original Necromunda rules. Before,
was it?
Before the Necromunda rules became the Necromunda rules.
And then the models became effectively the Wrath of Kings models, or the werewolves, right?
I thought Confrontation was 40k. What's going on here?
No, Confrontation is the werewolf models that look like the ones that are now Wrath of Kings.
Done by who?
Rackham.
Never fucking heard of it.
So we don't know a lot about that.
What makes you say that? I thought Confrontation
that's what Confrontation was.
Well, what's the one with all the nurgly things and the...
Road Trader.
I don't
Paul Ridgeon. Sup?
Who's the twat that went to the fucking night premiere of Solo and went on the wrong night?
Good man. I respect you in the morning. He won't.
Twat.
Hey! RE Twisted, pimp my out to them guys. I'd love to work on it.
I don't think you're good enough.
If you're watching and they're watching,
we will.
You touch him, he'll touch you.
We'll send them. Well, you obviously have to send us a lot of your stuff. Here we go. A lot of your stuff, and then we can we'll siphon. No, we'll have a word, mate. We chat to the guys every like 5 months. No, we will literally. I've just got a text from the guy, so I'll send you some.
I need to read this full thing out. So, Jakey Boy Woo Winky, that's his full name, no
Jakey
spaces.
Boy
all
Woo
under
Winky?
Jakey Boy Woo Winky.
That's not fucking Jakey Boy. Fucking here's
Woo
a great
Winky.
big bottle of bloody beer for your Christmas present.
Listening about how you like something and not others. I use the crisp metaphor. I like salt and vinegar crisps. No matter what brand, I normally like, but I love McCoy's. Whereas I hate chicken crisps and all people who eat them are heathens. That's okay, I just think less of them. That's fair.
I like roast chicken flavoured
We were
crisps.
talking earlier on about liking things and that's okay. I think, you know, we are maybe pretty different in that I'm like, peace and love, do what you do, and he's like, fuck you all, I hope you die. But, you know.
Just kicking the dogs under the table as they're playing like bitches.
Ooh, Ian Welling, this video reminded me I have a miniature to paint up like Parker for WWX. Now I need to find one for straw. Show us a link to the picture of the miniatures, if not the miniatures themselves. Jason McFadden, just because of the ugly joke, Parker, you're going to get fucked by straw while you're an otter. But thanks guys so much. That's true.
We've got the picture to prove it. It will probably appear about
now. Bam!
I'm probably going to... And in case I had forgotten, it was a picture of me... Otter.
Then that's it.
Thank Christ for that. We'll just check no one's fucking bothered to annoy us anymore on
They
this.
called us cunts, we are the end.
Yeah, pretty much. It's... Oh,
that's not a fart,
that's just
that's a
drizzle.
way of life.
That's not a way of life, mate. That actually sounded like moisture. That's it for questions and all that other rubbish.
So if you've got lots of lovely questions you want us to answer on
Don't
your behalf,
post them.
Post them in this below here now.
Crotch box.
Don't send us Facebook requests because we're shit at that. Don't send us Twitter questions because we're shit at that. Leave them in the comments
them
down below.
in this,
Because we're
unless
not
we're
great at
doing
social media.
unless we're doing a live stream.
Oh, in that case, then fucking do you do. You know, it's almost like we're
Betty
not good
Boo!
at social media.
Betty
And yet,
Boo, just
this
doing
is
it.
literally our only existence is on social media.
How fucked up is that?
You know what
We
is
can't
fucked
talk to people, yet our hobby is social.
Drinking and shouting at a camera
Wangers!
and calling this guy a douchebag. Douchebag!
So,
So do make a point. If you want to help us out, you can go into the top corner, you know,
No.
over there.
or the bottom
and
corner.
donate money to our... Ooh, right in the mummy daddy button. You can donate to our Patreon website, and that would be great. We'd appreciate it. All I can hear is dogs.
Dogs running around like twats. So there's the Patreon, there's the Amazon wish list. If you want us to do
buy
anything,
stuff
just
because we deserve it. Honestly, look, we fucking wore the orange t-shirts and shit. I mean,
you've got to feel
where
sorry
on the
for us.
internet
Oh,
do you
Christ
see people who
almighty.
don't wear the same t-shirt? I mean, we are literally
wearing the same pants, but you don't want to see that. So until next time, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it and want to subscribe. If you don't like it and don't want to subscribe, you don't have to like and subscribe. It would like if you liked and subscribed. Until next time, stay
She hasn't pressed the button yet, so we got to dance. Red light's still on. Fucking press the button, Pete.